everyone, I'm Becca, and I first want to say that I'm really sorry that I haven't filmed a video in a while. I know it's been like a couple weeks, but I've been kind of busy and been pretty sick for the last week or so, so I haven't really had the energy to film a video. And while I've been sick in bed, I've been catching up on American Horror Story. I just binge watched 3 seasons, and the 4th one will be coming out soon, and the 5th one will be coming on TV soon. The 4th one will be released on DVD, and the 5th one will continue. So I've been catching up on that, and I haven't really been reading a lot. I've only been reading The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. This is the sequel to Kiss of Deception, and I'm really enjoying it. I love it. The American Horror Story just took my time, and, I haven't really been feeling well, so I haven't really been wanting to pick up a book. I've just been wanting to lay there and just watch TV. So I am 213 pages through the book, so I think I'm pretty much halfway through. I'm really enjoying it. I love the characters. I love Leah and Raffae and Caden. I don't know who I really want her to end up with right now. I'm leaning towards Raffae, but I don't really know, because I'm really liking Caden, so it's hard for me. But I mean, Caden's the assassin, Raffae's the prince, and it's like, I really want her to be with Raffae, but do I? I kind of like the bad boy assassin, but I don't know, And from everything with the first book and the beginning of this book, it's like I'm really leaning towards Raffae, but it could change any moment, and I'm really enjoying this one. So for the rest of this video, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be doing a top 10 video. I really love watching these types of videos, and I've been looking at my shelves lately, and I don't know, just in my head I'm like, oh, I could do a topic here, I could do a topic there, and for this one will be my 10 most anticipated fantasy books that I've been really wanting to pick up. And it's like every time I look at my shelves, these are the ones that I go to, and I'm like, I really need to pick that up, and ooh, that one looks really good. And I really love fantasy, and I really love stories with like princes and kings and queens and princesses and kingdoms and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, as you can tell from The Heart of Betrayal. But in these, I have like all of that in there, and I just, a lot of these have been on my shelves for so long, and I haven't picked them up. So yeah, let's get through it. These aren't in any order. It's not like I'm going to do for number 10 to number 1. These are just the 10 that I've really been wanting to pick up. So for the first one, I have The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. I've had this ever since it came out, and I don't even remember when that was. I think it was last year, I want to say. Okay, well, I guess it was early this year. But I've been really wanting to pick this up, and I know this has to do with fairies and princes and stuff like that, and I guess a forest. I mean, I don't really know too much about any of these books, and that's the way I want it. I just want to go into it sort of blind. I want to know a little, but not too much. But this one sounds really good, and this I think will be the first Holly Black book that I really pick up. I have picked up The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. But that one I haven't really gotten through. I probably only read like 50 pages of that, and then I put that one down. But this one will be the first Holly Black book that I have. I also have The Coldest Girl in Cold Town that I really need to pick up, and that one I've had for a very long time. So maybe when I'm done with this, I can pick that one up. And then this one I just got. This is Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman. This one I got because I was in Barnes & Noble one day and I saw it and I really wanted it, but I didn't pick it up. And then I went home and I downloaded Voices of Gods, I think it's Voices of Gods or something like that, which was the prequel to this one. It's a prequel novella on the Kindle, and I picked that one up and I read that and I really loved it. And then so I decided to go back to Barnes & Noble and pick this one up, and this is a telling of Alexander the Great and that era and stuff like that, and it just sounds so good. And of course it has kings and queens and magic, and I love that, and I'll definitely be picking this one up soon. And then another one I've had for, I think, for quite a few months now. I want to say this one came out in 2015. No, this one came out last year. And this is Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. This one is a retelling of Snow White, I believe, and it's about a kingdom. The kingdom of winter was conquered 16 years ago, and Mira, who is the female main character of the story, was orphaned around that time. And she wants to save her kingdom and bring it back to its glory. The tagline is, a heartbroken girl, a fierce warrior, a hero in the making. Can Mira save a world she's never truly known? She hasn't lived in winter, I believe. I think she has been living her whole life as a refugee, raised by a general called Sir. I really hope that's not his name. I don't know. I mean, it could be what she calls him, or it could be his name. I'm not sure. But it sounds really good, and I've been really wanting to pick this up. And then this one I've had for quite a while. This one I actually got from the UK because I saw it and I really wanted it. And this author is just, I'm sorry if you can hear the noise. We have guests over. But this author is very well known for fantasy, and I picked up one of his other books from another series, and that one I started reading and I probably got to like 100 pages and I just put that one down. I just wasn't feeling it, but this one I feel like I will feel a lot more. I will just want to read it more. And this one is a huge book, but because it's UK, it's split into two parts, and that is The Way of Kings, and this is part 1. This is by Brandon Sanderson. I picked up The Final Empire by him, or Mistborn, but I just wasn't feeling it. And this one is the first book in the Stormlight Archive series. But this one I've been really wanting to pick up, and I know this one has to do with kings and queens, or something like that. Or it's not to do with knights. That I know for sure. But I've heard this one is probably his better series, I think. At least that's from a couple people I've heard. And then this is the second part, which is it's still The Way of Kings, but it's book 2, or part 2. And yeah, I like these covers. But I picked it up from the UK because I knew this thing was huge. I knew it was a chunker, and so I decided I wanted to just get part 1 and part 2. I know that they did it with the Game of Thrones series as well, so hopefully I'll be able to get through that, or at least through part 1. And then I also have The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson, and this one I know is about a girl named Calcia, I think. She's a princess, and she is ascending to her rightful place as the Queen of the Tearling, and that is really all I want to know about this. This is a very pretty paperback, but I also have the gorgeous hardback, and I love it because it comes with the bookmark, and it's really pretty. I love them both. I decided to just get them both right when they both came out. So this one I think came out really early in the year, or really late last year, and then this one came out I want to say in July. I could be wrong, but the minute it came out, I went out and bought it. And yeah, I really love I just love the covers. They're really pretty. Alright, and another one I got the same time as I got Snow Like Ashes, and that is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. And this one I know is about a slave and a soldier, and they fall in love and stuff like that, I believe. But it just sounds really good, and I heard this one was supposed to be a standalone, but ended up being a series, or at least a duology. Not so sure. But yeah, I heard this one was supposed to be a standalone, but it got a sequel. And then I also really want to read The Demon King by Cinda Williams-Chima, Seven Realms novel, or the first one in the series. And this one I'm not so sure what this one's about. I know there's wizards and magic and kingdoms and stuff like that, but that's all I know, and that's all I want to know. But this series has made its way through BookTube, and everybody loves it, and I got to get on that bandwagon. And another one is The Burning Sky by Sherry Thomas. And this one I haven't seen too much around BookTube, but this one's pretty old. I want to say it came out a couple years ago. Let me see. This one came out in 2013. I believe it was a paperback that came out around that time. But I've heard kind of good things from some people who've read it. And it sounds amazing. And it's about a girl who is the greatest elemental mage of her generation. That's all I needed to hear, and then it was gold. But she can deny her powers, but she cannot deny destiny. And this cover is just gorgeous, and I absolutely love it, and I have to read this one really soon. And then the last two books are books I got from the library. The first one you will know because I've showed it in a book haul, and this is The Orphan Queen by Jodi Meadows. I really just want to read this. I read Incarnate by Jodi Meadows, and I loved it. I gotta continue on that series. But I really need to get into this one. This one sounds so good, and I believe it's about a princess who is a spy and a threat, but it just sounds so good, and I really want to just start on this one soon. And then the last one I have to show you is one that I just recently picked up from the library, but this one sounded so good, and it's making its way through BookTube, and that is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. And this one is about a dragon who takes a girl every 10 years to be his, I don't know, it doesn't say, but he takes a girl every 10 years, and it sounds so good, and I think there's woods, and the dragon protects them from the woods. So I actually like this cover. I didn't think I'd like it because the UK cover is just gorgeous, and I think if I get this one I'm going to end up getting the UK one as well, but I like them both, and I actually think I want to go out and just buy it. So I'm not sure if I will keep it as a library book because I only get 2 weeks on it, and I just recently got it, but I really want to just go out and buy it, so I might as well do that. But yeah, this one sounds so good too, and I know I'll be picking up some of these next month or for the month of October because I love fantasy, and I love reading it around the time of Halloween. But don't worry, I will have some scary horror books as well. Only a few, because I actually don't find many of those. I think I will have 2 or 3, depending on if I can find another one or not. But I have 2 for sure. But yeah, these are the fantasy books that I really want to pick up. And who knows, maybe next week Friday I'll have another top 10 video, because these are really fun. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.